All right. So I am live on Instagram. So if you see my eyes travel that way, that's why. And I am live on Facebook. And if you see my eyes travel that way, that's why. So, I'm like shaking. I am so frustrated. And I'm going to take my glasses off so I can't read comments. So there's not many topics that I will get super passionate. Oh, there's a lot of topics I'll get super passionate about, but this is one of them. So this is regarding to drugs. I've been having conversations with a lot of people from my past, and I've been having a lot of realizations from how I got over it or how I got through it. And what passively someone made a comment like, I need sober friends. And I was like, no, you need all new friends, because those people that you're calling friends are not your friends. Those are associates that you just get high with. And that sucks. And it broke my heart. It like really hurt to leave everyone I really cared for and spent a decade hanging out with behind to better myself. It really hurt when I realized no one called because I was no longer getting high with them or a source of picking up. But to stop spinning out and to stop the roller coaster, the emotional roller coaster that comes with getting high, you need to find accountability to stay sober. And that's why my fitness works so well, is because there's complete accountability. You need to find new friends that don't want to get high and an outlet to get sober. Sorry, there's notifications. And an outlet for like a new direction. You know how okay, for those of you that have got high, it's like a tunnel vision. You get high and then you do something. Like I would become an amazing artist when I got high, and I loved it, and I thought that was amazing. And it took me years to trust my skill in being an artist sober. So accountability. You need new fucking friends. And you need to figure out a way to rip that Band-Aid off and throw it in the trash and emotionally go through hard times sober. That is the hardest thing. That was the hardest thing, and still is the hardest thing. Like, as soon as I got the news that my friend passed, I was like, what can I find now? And then I was like, holy, like, really? That's my first outlet? Like, that's immediately how I reacted and dealt with life. So ripping that Band-Aid away and throwing it in the trash and realizing that hard times happen to everyone, that hard times are there to make you stronger. Hard times are there to create your character and who you truly and really are. Hard times are there so you can learn a lesson, maybe not immediately, but they're there for you to walk through it. Those hard times are there for a reason. But if you do it sober, you're way more open for that reasoning than you would be any other way. Taking that Band-Aid off and throwing it in the trash and understanding that it's a storm and that it comes and it goes, okay? It's not forever. That suck is not a eternal suck. You're not like deemed for it for an eternity. You get through it in like a week or two or a year, but eventually you come out on the other side of the suck. You come out on the other side of that storm sober and more perceptive to what you just went through. So if you keep numbing all your feelings and all of your pain through every single situation, you're not going to learn anything. You're just numbing everything. And then when you get to the other side, you are in the same spot you were before. Like, there's no lessons learned. There's no growing. There's no progressing. There's no nothing. Like, you are still going to go do the same routine that you did before. Does that make sense? I'm like trying to like say this calmly. So you need new friends. Like, it broke my heart leaving all my friends behind. It did. Like, their conversations and the joy I got from them and our in-depth conversations especially spun out. Like, the things we would talk about were so, I don't know how to explain it, but I enjoyed their presence. So to walk away from that, to get sober, to walk away from that, it killed me for months. It did. But I didn't run to a substance to get over it. I directed myself towards fitness. I directed myself in a tunnel vision of physically working out those emotions, a tunnel vision of physically learning how to crochet. Like, it doesn't even freaking matter. Just find something to focus on that's not getting high. But once you get through that hard time, and once you realize you have accountability, which David was my accountability for staying sober, once you get through that hard time with your accountability and new friends, you come out on the other side of it a whole different person. And it's powerful. It is freaking empowering knowing that you survived hard times, that you came out stronger, that you learned lessons from it, and that you did not need to numb the pain of it. I don't want to see my friends suffer. I don't want to see anyone suffer from drug abuse. I want everyone to know that on the other side of it, it gets easier. The hard times don't get easier because it's situation by situation, but you know and are fully aware that it comes to an end, which I never thought happened before. I thought, like, my life sucks. It's always going to suck. This is going to suck. This is how it is. Well, like, I thought that's how life worked. But eventually you come out on the other side of it with a new perspective, and the storms are more, you know, they're going to pass. You know that this is an emotion. I'm going to go through it, whether it's a week, whether it's a month or a year. I'm going to go through this suck for 6 months, okay? But on the other side of it, I'm going to be able to stand taller and be more confident in who I am and my ability to handle life's shit that is thrown at me. I want you to know that once you're out of this dark hole, it's never going to get easier, okay? If I was in the same room with my drug of choice 1 or drug of choice 2 or 3, I would have to physically, like, take all my inner strength to, like, get up and walk out. I would have to physically take all of my momentum to leave this situation. I have accountability with it. Now I have a new group of friends, not that I have any less for my other friends, and less love for my other friends, but I know now that storms pass. I know now that I'm going to learn from it. I know now how to reflect. I know now everything that I did not know then because I was too high to have any thoughts. I was actually told in the event I went to that I seemed smarter. And I was like, I was always smart. I was never sober. There's a huge difference. When your brain is going 4,000 miles an hour because you keep using, you can't produce proper sentence structure because your mouth is trying to keep up with your train of thought. Does that make sense? So on the other side of this shit you're in, on the other side of this suck you're in, whatever way you need to get through it in a healthier version, whether it's journaling, whether it's finding a craft, whether it's finding a hobby, whether it's fitness, whether whatever it is that you can focus your vision on, the suck gets less. The suck gets easier, and you get stronger, and the less you need that Band-Aid. It would always be a reflex for you to run back to whatever substance, alcohol, whatever it is. It would always be a reflex for you. Accountability, NA, AA, Al-Anon, any kind of a support accountability that you could have for it will help you walk through those hard moments. But that's all they are. They're moments. They're hard moments. Life sober is so much more clarity than life high. When you're high, you're in this world of, like, what you think is, like, amazing and imaginative, and you have all these feelings that you never felt before, and you're numbing the feelings that you don't want to feel, and it's magic. I get it. I get how easy it is to, in a second, take away those feelings that you don't want. But once you get stronger with those feelings, there is a light. There's a light on the other side, and there's a clarity and a calmness and a peacefulness and maturity and responsibility that comes, and you're no longer being like, fuck, I have a DUI or a court case, or that life is gone because you're not getting in trouble because you're not messing with shit that gets you in trouble anymore. I hope this hits someone today. I hope you realize that you can reach out to anyone for help, that you need accountability. And then if you're going to keep going with your cluster of friends that you think are friends to get high, that nothing will change as you continue to hang out with those people, because those people, it's still a reflex for them to get high. Like, it takes a strong effort of getting sober. And physically, I moved away and I cut ties with everyone. And I didn't know why I was doing it or the reason behind it. All I knew is that what I was doing was not working for me. That's actually what led to my misdiagnosis. I was misdiagnosed around 1920-ish with a mental disorder. And it took me a decade to get it off of my record, because they never asked if I was sober when they diagnosed me, which completely explains my mood, because you are so unstable when you use any substance. You're so unstable emotionally and irrational and all over the freaking place that you can fall into a category that fits a diagnosis. They never asked if I had a stable living environment. They never asked what I ate, nutrition, because what you feed your mind, drugs, and what you feed your body, crap food, per test, like, it goes into your lifestyle, and it gives you, like, it makes you so much more emotionally unstable. So that's how I got that diagnosis, because I was high on meth. Okay? Of course, I looked freaking crazy. I haven't slept in a week. All right? This is part of it. Once you step away from it and you realize you can sit calmly and you can have an intelligent conversation and you can do shit without being high and you can get new friends and you can start over, then there's this light on the other side. I'm just so heartbroken of watching my friends die. I am so heartbroken over watching people suffer and not thinking there's any life outside of it. I sat at this funeral and was like, where is everyone? And then someone made a comment and he was like, they're dead. And I realized as I talked to another person, I was like, I'm sure, because you're older than me, I'm sure that you experienced a lot of deaths in your life. And she was like, no, I never hung out with that crowd. And I'm like, oh yeah, that is a product of the people I hung out with, is people dying on a regular freaking basis and us getting immune to it and having to pick what funeral we're going to fucking go to. I don't want to see the rest of my graduating class dead. I don't want to see everyone suffer continuously for the next 20 years. There is hope and there is a way out of it. And all the people I didn't see, it's because they're dealing with their own morale. They're dealing with their own demons. They're dealing with their own internal lack of sobriety. And it breaks my heart that our generation is killing itself off and leaving a whole generation of babies to be raised by grandparents or who the hell ever. I want what's best for you. But if you want what's best for you, you have to understand that you have to leave your friends behind and start over. You have to understand that you need accountability with sobriety, with any lifestyle change, health and fitness, school, whatever. You need accountability. And you need to know that it will pass, that the storms will pass, but they're gonna happen. There's not one person on this earth that is exempt from bullshit. There's not one person that is exempt from drama or crap. But you know what's another thing? When you leave that crowd of people, you notice that there is no drama as long as you keep to yourself and stop saying the he said, she said bullshit. That's another realization, that everyone in the suck thinks everyone in this suck, that's what life is. Like, everyone has drama. Everyone, I don't know anyone that's sober. Like, everyone thinks that when you're in it. But once you step outside of that circumference, you realize not everyone has drama. There's thousands of sober people around you. You're just not open to see it. I hope this hits someone today, or I hope this gets tagged with someone that needs to hear that there is hope on the other side. You just have to take those actions. Understand that the time will pass and the storms will pass. Understand that you need accountability. Understand that you need a new group of friends. I am strong enough now to go back to my old group of friends and try to help some of them. But they're not open to it because they're still in the suck. They still think this is life. This is how life works, and they need to get sick and tired of being sick and tired enough to want to change. I love you guys, and I don't want to see the rest of my senior class dead. I don't want to see everyone being deadbeats, and something has to change, because if nothing changes, then nothing changes. So something has to change. So please reach out to someone if you are struggling. I posted, and I'll tag it in here, some help hotlines also. Please, please, please do something. Even if like you know someone that's struggling and you don't talk to them, reach out to them and be like, hey, how are you doing? Because sometimes that's all someone needs, is to know that someone cares, because there's so much in the suck that they don't think anyone cares about their life or that it's even fixable. Please do something, or help someone, or reach out, or tag someone, or let someone know that they matter, because their life is worth fighting for, and they are enough, and they do matter, and life can be 100% different, okay? When I met David, I was high on Adderall. This is 7.5 years ago. I've been sober 7.5 years from drug of choice 2 and 13 years from drug of choice 1. And I was on a deflated twin-size air mattress. I was in an apartment that we had our hot water shut off and our electricity shut off. And I did not know. And the last time I was eating, and he bought me a meatball sandwich, and it was the grossest thing, but I ate it in probably 30 seconds because I was fucking starving. Life can change. Life can change. I'm a prime example of life can fucking change. You have to stop being the victim and be the victor, and decide. Like, draw that line in the sand, and like deep in the sand, like draw it and realize that life can change, and you're not going back to this feeling. You're not going back to that emotional fucking chaos. Like, seriously, I remember being upset over everything and panic attacks all the time for no reason. For no reason besides the imbalance I created in myself from drugs. Okay? That is crazy. Come here, baby. Scarlett. She's enjoying the AC. They are worth fighting for. Scarlett and Hazel and my kids are worth fighting for. I am worth fighting for. My fucking sanity is worth fighting for, but you have to fight for it. You have to go through that hard time. You have to go through that withdrawal. You have to go through walking away from people you love. You have to go through this stuff to start over, okay? Just understand you are worth it. You are enough. You are worth fighting for. You have it inside of you, and you are much stronger than you think, but you have to stop calling the people that are handing you stuff over to numb your pain when you're upset, because all they're going to do is hand stuff over to you when you're upset, because they don't even know how to deal with life. They don't know how to deal with life. That's it. That's it. They don't know how to deal with life yet, and they're in the same boat you are, and you can't help each other because you're in the same freaking boat. Reach out to someone who's already been through this. Reach out to someone like a 1-800 hotline. Reach out to someone and realize these are the steps you have to take, and it's going to suck. It's going to suck for a while. But once you get through it, life can be glorious and grateful and amazing and fun and exciting without the high. All right, I'm going to go off because I have to go to somewhere. I see a lot of comments. Thank you. You guys are awesome. Please share or tag or whatever. I don't know. Just this needs to be heard. Okay, this needs, I got like my blood pressure, like I felt like the boiling of my blood in me, and I was like, I need to say something because I just had the most ridiculous conversation, and I was like, this is fucking ridiculous. Okay, I'm gonna be real. I'm gonna put this up on my YouTube. Oh my god, 20 minutes. Sorry. I'm gonna put this up on my YouTube. Thank you so much for the hearts. And I'll share it so it can be shared. I'm like emotionally drained from this. Picking what funerals I have to go to and people dying every other day. Like literally I got home from the funeral and there was two more ODs in my newsfeed. My newsfeed is usually extremely fucking positive. I have like all the coaches on my team uplifting me and talking about personal development and personal growth, and then I come home and there's 2 more deaths of OD, and it's been like 3 hours since I walked away from someone else's funeral. We have to do something. Like, we have to do something because this is not working. All right, I said I was going to get off. I'm going to shut off. All right, bye, Facebook.